Yes. Uh-huh. What do you mean you can't do this recording? Dude, Cosby, dude, seriously. We planned this. I why does it matter if you want to go to a corn convention and eat as much corn as you can? What? Dude. Hello? Cosby, dude? Did that man just seriously hang up on me over corn?
Oh, 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 oh. Sorry about that. I think I must have had a bit of a Joker infection there, a bit of a toxic issue. Oh well. I'm now back to do 3 Ranger Bros videos, so stay tuned. The Red Cornish Ranger is back.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mark. Oh, yeah, Mark's available. I guess Mark's involved now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 3 Ranger Bros Studios. Of course, I'm your host, Tai Tiger. Today's video is very special because Mark is back. If you've noticed, Mark has been around for a couple of videos for the last good couple of weeks. He had to take some personal time, which is perfectly fine. Everyone's human and everyone has a life, and that is all good. But Mark is back and full swing. In this video, we're going to be talking our top 6 favourite Power Ranger swords. Now, Mark's taken 3, and I've taken 3, which is awesome. Only rules are this. First off, it has to be a sword, so that means no daggers, no spears, or anything like that. Sabers count because they're swords. Second rule is they can't be a combination of weapons. It has to be a singular weapon. So, for an example, the Wild Force combination, Wild Force Jungle Saber, the Final Strike weapon, doesn't count. And the third and final rule is it has to be a singular sword with no shifting or changing mechanics. So, for an example, the Luna Q wouldn't count because, yes, it's classed as a sword, but it also has a blaster mode. So, that doesn't count. Now, with that being said, of course, if you guys haven't already, do hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss every Tuesday upload where we talk about all different types of geeky stuff. It's a lot of fun with the 3 Ranger Bros themselves, and of course, check out the other content. Also, before we dive in, what are your favourite Power Ranger swords? If you could pick a top 3 or top 5, let us know your favourite Power Ranger swords. Let's get into it. Okay, any 3 swords, only rules are you're not allowed to have a sword that transforms into anything, and no combination of weapons has to be a singular sword. So, yeah, give us your
been that many of those.
No, there hasn't really, no.
No, when you said that, and obviously I had my idea of certain story elements I'm planning, and yeah, you said that combination weapons into a sword. That, as far as I can remember, there's only been one.
Wild Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like their guns, don't they?
Yes. Right, so I'm not going to pick the obvious choice of the power sword. Yes, that is one of my favourites, but I'm not going to pick the obvious one. But I will start off with Saber. Because I've always liked, hence why I've got one myself. I don't know why I'm bothered showing, because this is going to be audio. even though we're talking to each other via video. But yeah, I've always liked Saber because, yeah, it bolts for starters, which I think was a brilliant thing to have in season 2. As they kind of cut it off in season 3, he didn't talk much. I also like the idea in the movie of him having laser vision as well, because it kind of makes it a support weapon as well. It can just hover and take out targets in my head. But yeah, I've always liked Saba, and I like the design of it as well. I've always been a fan of like sort of like saber-ish type weapons like that, and like a samurai sword as well. I've always liked those sort of weapons. So yeah, that's my reason for choosing that one.
He's nicely designed, and I'm gonna say he because, like you said, he's a sentient being. So you literally can say he is a nice designed sword.
Yeah.
I love the gold on him. It really like stands out because obviously he's a white ranger weapon, so he's a white sword. And
yeah, the
I
colour scheme
really
of White Ranger is brilliant.
I really do love the laser eyes as well, and whenever I've adapted Saba into my Power Ranger audio dramas, I do try to like use the laser eyes at some point. And yeah, like you said, not only did he have laser eyes. I don't know if this ever happened in the show, but in the movie, Tommy just throws the dude and he just floats there. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll just hover here."
Yeah,
So,
I'm not sure if it. I feel like saying that there was kind of a lasery thing in the series, but I'm not too sure about the floating autonomously.
yeah. But still a good choice. I knew you'd pick something Mighty Morphin. I knew you would. I was like, hang on. Which one are you going to pick here?
So my second one, probably obvious when you think about it, is the Shadow Saber
Nice.
from SPD, Kruger's sword. And I just do love the design of it, the sort of like the tiger mouth over the blade. And it just does seem to be a very powerful sort of like weapon and that. Probably more so because of the skills of Bobby Kruger himself. And yeah, it is kind of a sabery type style weapon as well. So it goes with being my favorite of having sabers and that. So yeah, I like that one. I just always have. I would love one myself. I would love one of those that actually extend. You know, when you flick your wrist and they actually extend on purpose. I always like those. I do. I'm such a child.
It's fine. Shadow Saber is one of my favorite swords in fiction, let alone Power Rangers. So slick looking, so like menacing, and it just matches this like dominant presence that the Shadow Ranger first brought when he first morphed. He took down like 100-foot soldiers in one fight scene, and that sword just brings it up to it. Yeah, I agree. That sword's a fucking class. What a epic second choice too.
And my third choice, this is more because it's a group weapon. Every ranger has one in this group, and that's the Dino Fury swords. And again, it kind of like it feels a bit more swashbuckly with those swords, but again, it is a saber as well. And I like the fact that they can power it up by putting particular keys in, and it gives them their enhanced powers, whichever one of the keys they use. I can't remember them honestly, but yeah, again, it's quite a powerful sword and a good looking sword as well, with the whole dinosaur sort of like motif on it.
Yeah, the Dino Fury saber, I think when it comes to like team-based weapons, like you said, all the Rangers have one. I think that's definitely one of the best-looking ones. You've got the dinosaur with like a hilt, which they can open the mouth of, like you said, keys. There's honestly, when it comes to like Arsenal, they have like a vast amount of different abilities over Dino Fury. There's so much they can do with it. So many different.
And it's kind of their primary weapons as well.
Yeah,
they don't have.
They don't have individual. Yeah. They don't have individual weapons, so yeah, no. Dino Fury Saber is a great choice. To be fair, that one, I think that's my favorite. It also
differs in size as well, doesn't it? Because you can have like the dagger sort of form and a sword form.
I always forget they can do that. Because they don't do it that often. I forget that it actually has a dagger mode.
Yeah.
Like I'm sat there thinking because you said dagger form, I was like, huh? Does it? What? Huh? Oh yeah. Like, that's the issue with Power Rangers getting more than one weapon or more ability. Something always gets sidelined.
It does, yeah.
Always. Every season has that one ability, whether it's a Zord, a weapon, a power that always just gets used once or twice. It's really good, and then gets shoved in the corner, and it can sit there and cry.
Like Saba talking.
Like Saba talking, like this sentence of Saba, yes. That's very true. The sentient Saba can fuck itself.
Yeah. Season 3, he was mute.
Maybe he bit his tongue, and for Saba's like race of sentient, maybe that's just like you can't talk now. It's a one-time deal.
I mean, I suppose you could actually argue that the Saba Tommy has in season 3 is technically a different Saba from the original one because they are two different power sets. Even though they
True.
look the same, they're completely two different power sets.
Tommy, we're gonna give you a ninja power now, and you get a cool new sword and all this shit, but your sword can no longer talk to you, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's the whole like
Come on,
you
Ninja.
you gain something, but you have to lose something at the same time. Tommy's there like, I do want Falcon Sword, but what do I have to lose? Saba, shut the fuck up for the next couple episodes. All right, cool. Okay, yeah, okay, that's a good set of swords. I'm not gonna lie, you picked some pretty decent ones. I like your choices. Okay, so I went with my first choice. Technically speaking, it's two swords because they're a dual. They come in a package of two, but it technically counts. And funny enough, I think this is the only weapon in our list here that isn't actually a primary weapon of some kind. I went with the shark sabers from Jungle Fury, which Casey gets after learning the spirit of the shark technique. I really do like the way those look as well. The nice, like aqua blue, very slim-lined, and it's martial art-esque. You know, they're very quick and fast motion. And he also has the ability to click them in together and make a one longer sword, which I always like that feature. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, again, it's a sabery type sort of weapon, isn't it? And yeah, the whole dual splitting them. I like that as well. I mean, I take for example Ninja's sword. He can connect that to the hilt and have a kind of a dual weapon.
Me and you have had this conversation before, but we like it when a weapon does more than what the weapon is meant to do.
We do, yes.
Like, we both agreed that, like, Magnum Defender's sword, you know, turning the hilt into a blaster, epic. You know, things like this. We like it when a weapon does more than what it's meant to. But yeah, the shark sabers, they just look sleek and everything. We also get to see Master Finn use them, you know, in a non-ranger way, which is really cool. They don't look the same, but it's the same weapon, which is pretty cool. And also Spirit Ranger, so realistically, actually two Rangers technically get to use them in that sense. If you want to include Spirit Rangers, I don't. Spirit Rangers was always confusing.
Yeah,
but
because it is the Masters, but it's not the Masters.
It's the Master Spirit in the form of a Ranger, which is connected to the Power Ranger, which is taught by the Masters, and the Masters... yeah, let's not get into that one. But I recently watched Jungle Fury with my son, and I realized how cool the weapons were. Like, I forgot how epic the fight scenes are. And yeah, Shark Sabers, as soon as we came up with the sword idea, I was like, Shark Sabers has to be on my list. A bit of a controversial pick here because it comes from a season that gets a lot of like, you either love it because it's your first introduction to Power Rangers, or you don't like it because it was adapted from Super Sentai really badly, and that's the Samurai Spin Saber, which is the team weapon from Samurai. I just like the amount of things it can do. Again, it's a samurai sword, which they do actually wield them like samurai swords, which is kind of cool. They do like, you know, the way they position themselves and stuff with it, but it also has this add-on function. Again, a sword that does more than what a sword can do, which, you know, you can put the spin disc down the handle, which I do like that, and when they spin it, there's obviously like, you know, fire, water, air, earth, and forest, I think, are the 5 elements. I want to say that's the 5 elements. I'm gonna have to make sure I get this right in edit. But you know, they can do different things with it. There's also different discs that do different things. But I wanted to include them because, okay, yes, Samurai's not a great season, but doesn't mean I can't like the weapon from them. You know. And yeah, the samurai spin. It's a unique weapon. Not many rangers have like a unique motif to their swords, and I think it was done well. To be fair, I like the whole element they can add to it and stuff. And again, it's a samurai sword. I like my samurai swords.
Yeah, it is that whole thing with samurai, isn't it? And I think that's, well, it's what the Western world fell in love with when it comes to samurais, isn't it?
Yep. I mean, like I said, it's a controversial a pick because samurai's not exactly loved by everybody, but you can still like something from something that isn't great, you know. So my last pick, and I had to pick this because it's from my favorite season. That's the Eagle Sword from Power Rangers Wild Force. Wild Force is my favorite season, and so I had to pick the sword from there. It's a gorgeous color. I love the fact that like the hilt of it's very like winged. It kind of is meant to symbolize like wings, which is really nice. And it is just a base. It's the most basic option I have. It is just a sword at this point. But yeah, it's a gorgeous
nice sword as well.
If I could have that as a prop, then that I would go for. You know, that's really cool. Hasbro, you failed. But yeah, Wild Force is my favorite season. So, and actually saying that, Jungle Fury is also my favorite season. So I kind of picked two from seasons I really like. But yeah, Eagle Sword is just. It is just a basic weapon, sure, but I didn't want to go with a Red Ranger sword, like an actual red sword, because
I was avoiding that as well to a degree.
Every Red Ranger gets a sword. Okay, I know it with shark sabers, but realistically, technically, that's a secondary weapon, and also someone else uses them. So I have a cheat there. But yeah, it's a gorgeous looking sword. You know, she kicks ass with it, and I love the whole like rivalry between Taylor and Gindrax, because Gindrax is like the sword org, you know, of some kind.
I think actually.
Yeah, and so like they have that like this rivalry which actually keeps up throughout the season as well. So I kind of like that as well. And with that being said, thank you very much, guys, for watching our top 6 favorite Power Ranger swords video. Do let us know, of course, your favorite Power Ranger swords. So like I said in the beginning, try to follow the same rules as well as we did. We'd love to hear your picks. Now, I just want to take this time to shout out and a massive thank you to San Griffin 7, who actually played along with our little challenge in our top 10 favorite cartoons video. We set you guys a little challenge, and San Griffin 7 got the answer correct, so massive shout out to him. And of course, we thank him for playing our little challenge as well. There will be more challenges set amongst other videos, and you guys can play along, and if you get the answers correct, you will be shouted out. We have a brand new channel, everybody, called the 3 Ranger Bros Audio Library, which is our collective audio dramas. Now, myself, the Red Cornish Ranger, and Cosplay 267, the 3 Ranger Bros Studios, actually do make our own separate audio dramas, all different types of fan fictions, across different platforms like podcasts and YouTube channels, but we also have collectively joined forces and created our own audio dramas. That's actually how the 300 Bros actually started, and now we have a channel dedicated to those collective audio dramas. The very first one being Power Rangers Global, which is a original OC Power Ranger team coming from different universes to come save Universe 2118 from the reigns of Loki. It's filled with mythical creatures and gods and pantheons. It's a lot of fun, so do make sure you check out the brand new channel, which will be linked down below. And of course, we appreciate everyone for checking out the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We upload every single Tuesday. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell if you guys haven't. And Roar of Passion, we shall see you guys in the next one.